My name is James Boucher. I bought this home. I am at 23 Elmwood Avenue, Caribou, Maine 04736. When I had purchased this home April 16th after losing a home in a fire, it had one crack going along this foundation wall here, and from there we ran into a little problem, and that problem is water. This house is not dried out in over a year, and as you can see, we haven't gotten no rain, but there's still water dripping. This is from the side that it's been coming from, and I've been told by a few different people that the neighbors have been pouring it on a house with a hose from their pool, and then I've heard right from their faucet and so forth. This house is literally like held up by these bars that we put up. We put up eight support jacks and a whole bunch of other stuff. And so if you see this crack going along this floor right here, you see that crack? That wasn't there. Do you see how that's sinking downward? Can you see that? Well, that's what's going on all around the edge. All around the whole entire house now. We were getting ready to put rebar and fix the basement, and then somebody wanted to buy the house, and so we're selling it to them. But they ain't gonna be here for 2 months, and I'm trying to tell them about the foundation, and they don't seem to be too concerned about it, but I am. And right now I am the owner of the home still until it's paid for, and it ain't paid for, and I can't afford to take a loss. We put all of our money into this house, all of our paychecks. You know, we ate ramen noodles, and did what we had to do. Sometimes going without food, sometimes not being able to wash our clothes because we didn't have money for the laundromat. And nope, not to spend it on drugs, but to buy stuff like these 2x4s at $7 a piece, or to buy that lumber over there at roughly $20 a board. Times, what do you see? That's about $500 worth of lumber right there. There's about $400 worth of lumber right here. There's about $400 worth of beams right here. And this is all what we paid in the last 2 months. So if you come over here, right here, this wasn't up like this. Now I'm gonna get onto this later, but all right, it's a little dark. But in this corner right over here, this far corner, it's all coming up just like that, all the way over here. And then you walk around over here. Now I had the metal detector to look for a pipe that might be underneath, but so far no luck. Now this side as well, this crack right here, this one, I watched this crack come up right before my eyes. And if I set this phone down and you watch like that beam over there, you will see the concrete swaying just a little bit, very slowly, but the whole house kind of teeters. The only thing stopping it from falling is the front porch and the breezeway, along with all these support beams. The foundation is doing nothing. The house is sinking, and as the house sinks, these, for some reason, I'm not quite understanding yet why, but these, for some reason, haven't, like the middle of the house ain't bowing upwards. I'm not understanding it. I mean, it's a very weird thing that's going on here. But I can tell you one thing. All of the water, we watched them. We literally watched them do this at night. If it was a 10% chance of rain, then it was 100% chance that it was going to downpour here all night. It did that. One of the major things that did this was over the holiday weekend, the first weekend of this year, they had the water going full blast for 3 days straight on this house. And, well, there ain't no spikes in the water bill, this, that. Well, anybody can put something on prior to the meter, and nobody would ever know of all the water that they're using, like for their pool. They won't give me copies of the pool bill, of the water bill for the neighbors, even though it's public information, and they won't. And the head of the water department is a big-time lawyer here in Caribou. I never knew a water department that had a lawyer for the manager. It's pretty interesting how this fucked up town works. 13 police reports about theft here. There's copper wiring gone and many other things gone. From our bulkhead door hinges and handles, petty stuff just to fuck with us, to copper wiring. 13 police reports. I read the police reports. They said our cameras ain't working. Our cameras are working. They were down for about a week and a half while we moved stuff around, but they're working. Out of a year and a half, they were only down for roughly about a month. I don't know. It's a while back, but they weren't down that long. But 13 police reports, they have done nothing. They attempted to serve this person with a no trespass order from the property, but they only attempted it once. Now, what sucks about the police is they are worse than criminals. They are legal criminals. Legal, yes, legal. And the reason why I say they're legal criminals is because when we bought this house, it only had one crack going down the foundation. It could have been fixed for $5,000. My cousin came down, he assessed it, and he's done mason. So he's seen it when I bought it, and he's seen how much it would cost to fix it. And it's not like that anymore. Now, the biggest problem with that is the fact that nobody wants to get involved, not even my family. Like, everybody up here is afraid to get involved because, like, my life is hell because I stand up for myself. I call people out for their bullshit, and I don't put up with bullshit. And therefore, I'm being driven out of the town. You know, I tried being nice. I really have, and I'm pissed, and I feel bad for the new homeowners, and I don't know what to tell them about it. But like, look, do you see this right here? This came up way after the frost heave season. See, this house sat empty for 15 years with no heat. Well, here's the thing about that, right? Is there was only that one crack in 15 years. All of this damage happened in the last 16 months, all of it. You see these? Do you see right here how it's cracking? This wasn't like this. None of this was like this. This all just happened in the last month. We're in the dead of summer. There's no frost heaves right now. So now this side only had a hairline crack, and it was only maybe a foot long. And now we got this gap right here that I could stick my finger right inside. And this house is moving. It sways. It's fucked up. Excuse my language. It's messed up. So all around the edges of the house, mainly on that side of the front porch, because they run the hose under this porch, they run the hose here. There's actually paths from where they mainly use, and water porridge and this and that. And they told me for me to do anything about this, I would have to hire a what do you call them there? An engineer. So you know, who has the money for an engineer? They know I don't have that. So I have not been able to hire a lawyer about this. Pine Tree Legal will not help me about this. I put several videos on YouTube about this, and I don't present myself well all the time because I've been staying awake, sleeping 2-3 hours a night, guarding the property the best I can. And if I did not do that, there would be no more wiring left. The lumber would have been stolen, and this house would have definitely been fallen. One of the downfalls to this whole thing is, like, the police. They're not helping me at all. You know, like, totally useless. However, they will come right to my door to arrest me for something I didn't even do. And I could prove it without a shadow of a doubt, and I can still prove it without a shadow of a doubt. Now I have, like, you know, my partner, he saw this guy taking the handles off the bulkhead and stuff, but his word, I guess, was no good to them either. So we both explained to him that we saw him doing this, and they don't want to believe us or anything. Why would I lie 13 times? This guy's never done nothing to me. He's been doing shit to my property, which is now doing stuff to me. This guy, I just didn't, you know, I saw him put one of my adjustable wrenches up his sleeves after everybody warned me he was a thief, and it was at that point I had to cut him off. He noticed I saw it, so he kind of just nonchalantly left it and left. I was hoping he would leave with it, but he didn't. He's a smart little fucker. So this is where I'm at. This is my health. This is my partner and I's life savings, which isn't a whole lot, but it's everything we had, and it's everything we've made in the last 18 months, and it's about ready to get flushed down the toilet. The homeowners, they're financing it. They're not going to finance a home if it ain't here, and that's a major concern I have. So, like, I'll give you an example on the police reports. We had to take our garage door out and put a set of regular doors in because